here in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahar. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahar.
Come on, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
UPK soldiers got them killers with me, and I don't fuck with every spot cause it's too iffy. Real motherfucking prophet cause the Lord with me, but don't get that shit twisted, I got Drakes with me. Yeah, bitch, and that whole 50. Run up on me wrong, you gon' catch 60. Wait, you gon' catch 20. The other 30 for your homies, bitch, I got plenty. And I'll shoot this motherfucker till that clip empty. Taking orders from your bitch, you a fucking simpy. Shit, should be televised. The way I'm cutting niggas up, bitch, I'm a samurai. Niggas swear they in the truth, but telling hella lies. Stumping like you Greek, bitch, you Hellenized. The revolution gon' be televised, and what I see in my vision gon' leave you petrified.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas? UPK soldiers lead cowards in awe. So fuck a gas stop, I came with 6 pumps in my car. My niggas ready to swing, we like kids at the park. So touch a chair around this bitch and we breaking your jaw. They think we Christian, but we not. Nothing about us is soft. I don't know what you niggas on, but that shit get you off. We booted up. We came to take zones for real. Black 40 under my garment, I be dressed to kill. Fourth dimension sitting linger, I be fresh for real. Putting scripts on your corners, but these here ain't pills. We rock covers. You official if you know those drills. Bread and water, you official if you know those meals. Yeah, you niggas soldiers get rolled over. You got police in your pocket, I got a judge in my holster. Oppressors out to get us, so remain sober. Or be chained to them chains till there's nothing that remains of us. A cult leader like Christ, we got the same culture. I bang on them, tell my enemies the reign's over. I up the sig and keep pulling like a chain smoker. The game ain't changed, one West stayed the same on them. One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. That's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, niggas? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
Niggas talking prophets, yeah, we got plenty. We the reason why it's Israelites around the city. Karkazak tells a rock, bring Shamar out. We about to slide on them, see what niggas talking about. Young dog think he wise cause he a Kim head. That shit lame, they didn't survive, nigga, Kim is dead. Where I'm from, little nigga, is a dirty game. I pledge allegiance to Yahweh, bitch, I'm UPK. Huh, nigga, let's talk bodies. Set up on your corner, wake up everybody. Big priest until I'm dead deceased. The mission is complete until you're off the street. So y'all on the internet stumping down the street. But take the poor and the weak. Touch your sister or a brother, you gonna be sleep. But take the poor and the weak.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. That's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, niggas? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
Fucking with the brothers, then I'm giving out major pain. Clip full of ball heads, I'm shooting out Damon Wayans. Driven ambition, I ain't never changing lanes. Wise as an old man, but I ain't slanging cane. This ain't a game, this shit way deeper than rap. You speaking the cap, but the shit y'all speaking is cap. I'm 5,000, but I still keep it a stack. I'm in the truth, not cause back then I was seeking the fact. Crying loud for the niggas that's deep in the back. And the Lord with me, ain't no reason for keeping the strap. We peep the attacks, niggas say we ain't speaking the facts. Stealing breakdowns every time we teaching in class. Niggas snitching, y'all out here squeaking with rats. We be on the street corners teaching that Jesus is black.
We on 125th Street, Harlem, nigga, you see where we at?
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. That's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, niggas? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga.
Well, welcome to Isupk Detroit. Check us out on all social media platforms. Classes are Monday through Saturday. Monday is the history class from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday is scripture breakdown. Wednesday is biblical law class. Friday, Lashawan Qadash, Hebrew language. Saturday, the Sabbath service. Check out our community service program. We have food and clothing drives, helping the people in need. And we also have felony expungement services available. Join us and get involved.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace. talk, everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, and she to stop it, and she the prophet. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the problem. With step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no token when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Death of a failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel's preaching officer 500 Guitar at Isupk Detroit, back with another Lashawan Qadash class, of course, every Friday, 7 and 9. Kind of want to do something a little different today. Just want to go over a couple scriptures real quick. And then after that, we can get right into this good old Hebrew. All right, so the first verse we're going to go over is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. To give it a little preface, I want to say it's a scripture that everybody has heard before, a scripture that most people at least feel like they understand completely. But it's actually good to go over these scriptures or scriptures like these on a regular basis, just so we can make sure that we haven't got out of line with the depth of what it's talking about. So the 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 starts off with, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? And that was asked as a question. So the writer is asking the people a question. And in the very next line, he clarifies and he makes a point for the audience to be not deceived. Because obviously there was a standard of living that became normal that wasn't the standard that the Most High has set. So he goes over a few things. And if you compare your lifestyle on a day-to-day basis, compare the world on a day-to-day basis to these, I feel like you would get how drastic or how important or how grievous this matter is. So we're going to go through these. Be not deceived, neither fornicators. If you don't know what a fornicator is, it's what most rappers or artists are. Fornicators. People who have a lifestyle that's, I'm gonna actually give a good example. Anytime you have the president, which is running, or Kamala Harris, or whatever, however you pronounce her name, gets Megan Thee Stallion to twerk for votes, that's indicative of a lifestyle that you hear in a lot of the music that our children and we listen to. And unfortunately, after you hear something so many times and don't do anything about it, it might become a norm. It might become a standard. It might become something that when you hear it, it's not like, oh man, that ain't right. But you going around sleeping with everybody, look at the AIDS epidemic. Look at how many babies, teenagers are getting chlamydia. I mean, these numbers are astounding. And it's normal now. People are catching STDs like it's, oh yeah, it's a cold. It's almost like using Plan B for your birth control when there's a sense of discipline. It should be more in your mind than, oh, let me just shoot up the club. Plan B it. But nor fornicators, nor idolaters. That's a big span right there. People I'd worship their cars, their woman, their relationships, their work, music, their hobbies, their talent. People idolize so many different things. And it hurts when you hear someone say, man, I don't have time. And when you go through the math in your head, it's just like, man, the brother might work 12 hours a day, but there's 12 more hours left in the day. I see the Instagram pics. I see the Twitter posts. He's having time or finding time to do this. But when it's work to be done, you don't have that time. You at your mom's house for Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, holidays. But when the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets comes around, guess what? I got to work. Something came up with my baby mama. We've all been there. We all have done it. But there's a point where you got to move past that. You got to actually do what's required. Do the job. Put in the work so you can see those results. But yes, you celebrating Christmas, you celebrating Thanksgiving and all of these holidays, that's idol worship. Nor adulterers. We know what that means. Mr. Steal Your Girl. T Grizzly and Chris Brown got a song out. And T Grizzly is just what you would call putting game on. And he acknowledges that she said she got a man, that she's in love. You know, he didn't care. And the more we hear and condone and live out those lifestyles, the more it becomes normal. And the more we don't feel like we fit in here in this verse, but we do. We do. So yes, all of y'all that want to go from him to him to him, her to her to her, hit it and quit it. You're an adulterer. The one that you can't stop looking at your man's girl. You's an adulterer. Nor effeminate. Stop being moist. Stop letting this world tell you how to move in this world. They make you feel so uncomfortable. It's almost like you got to be a bitch just to move around this world. And that's not something that you have to be. Christ wasn't. The Most High isn't. Our King David, when he was on earth, guess what? He wasn't. He was a man after the Most High's own heart. And the Most High is a man of war. There was no moistness in there. But unfortunately, this is normal. We've raised our kids to look down, to be subservient to a people who abuse us, not to speak up, to allow certain atrocities to happen and continue to happen. That's real moist. And now in today's society, you can just identify. I identify as a tree. I identify as a dog. I want to marry this. I want to marry that. And it's okay to them. But the scriptures say, no, you can't have the appearance of being soft. Because that's what it is. That's what we, like, most people just, oh no, he just effeminate. He ain't gay. He just, he ain't alphabet. How you supposed to say it? Alternative lifestyle. He's just effeminate. Unfortunately, he ain't gonna make the cut. So let's stop acting and moving like it's okay. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind. All you women who like women and men who like men, you fall in that category. It ain't right. I don't care how much tithes you give your pastor, how many groceries you donate, how many coins you put in a little bucket that Santa Claus be reason in the ringing, the bell that he be ringing in the wintertime. None of that matters. You ain't gonna make the cut. Remember, it started off, know ye not. And then don't be deceived. Don't let these popular pastors out here, and you got mega church pastors holding weddings. You got the first husband. I can't even articulate what it is. You got two men in a relationship or supposed to be married. And you know how like in the church they have like the first lady. So I don't know. What does that make him? The first. Anyway, you ain't making a cut. So unfortunately, you being on the down low, if you are, you ain't making a cut. Verse 10, nor thieves. Stop stealing. Go get a job. And majority of you are stealing from Negroes right next door. Negroes just as broke as you. Negroes in the same box as you. Stop stealing. Nor covetous. All you people who just want and covet everything somebody else has. You see somebody with a car. You see how his wife makes his plate. You see, and you want it. You covet after it. it's a difference between being inspired to move a certain way and get to a certain point and doing what you have to do than having hate in your heart and doing what you have to do to get it by any means. You ain't making it. There's no getting around it. Nor drunkards. Everybody know drinking is lawful. But guess what? Getting drunk ain't. Not making it home because you're too impaired, that ain't lawful. Not making it home to your rib, your kids, having the police pull you over that. Whether you feel you can drive or not, you're drunk. And unfortunately, you ain't making the cut either. And most people, they might think that's hard to swallow, but it's not. Because if you don't have that discipline, now you're being fooled to thinking that you're something that you're not. And to me, that opens the doors to, or exposes other demons that this one demon just came back with. Well, I ain't drunk. Yeah, you are. You pride. You proud for two now. You don't need help. That's prideful. These are things that's not going to get you in the kingdom of heaven. And this is written thousands of years ago. We got to be mindful of these things. It's not like it's here just for good words that sound good. Nor revilers. All you people who like to just turn up. Just get into mischief. Do things that you know you're not supposed to do. Instigate stuff. Just abuse the system, people. You're not making it. No extortioners. And that's so many people right there. People don't even, man, sometimes people try to extort you for your work. They might know you in a situation and just say, well, you know, yeah, I can give you this $200 to help pay your rent, but you know that TV you got, that's a nice TV. Why don't you get that to me? I'll loan you this $200 if you give me that TV. You see the brother's in a pinch and you want to get what you can get out of him. You want to extort the brother. And that's something that our oppressors do to us 24/7 almost, from the tax system throughout this whole legal system. And then we want to try to do it to our own people. And we're already at the bottom. Right? It amazes me how far we've fallen, but it makes sense why it has to be a hard line in the sand. Nah, you ain't cut like the rest of us, so you ain't gonna make it. And unfortunately, the fact that you teeter that line could influence people who are on one side to go to the other side. So guess what? That's another reason we don't want you here. You can't be here. You're cut off. You're not in the kingdom. You won't be. Just consider this. In the Old Testament, did Moses make it into the promised land? After everything that man did he? So let's finish this up real quick. Shall inherit the kingdom of God. That was the end of it. Don't be so on your high horse, or don't be so detached that you don't think this applies to you. Yeah, you can know 1 + 1 is 2, but if you act like it's 3, you ain't making the cut. And a couple things to help me with it, and we're gonna blow through these real quick. We're gonna get with Ecclesiastes 4. We're gonna start at verse 9. Because a lot of the times people want to do things on their own. They want to be who they want to be. And that's, unfortunately, that's not ever going to work. And I'm going to explain why in these couple verses. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. So think about the words, or how this sentence or this verse was constructed. So in the top of verse 10, it said, if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. So imagine you going along and you got your brother with you, and you get a little weak and you want to drink too much. You want to go get a cigarette. Guess what will happen? That brother tell you, oh, nah, you done. No more drinks for you. Negroes, you crazy? You gonna put some rat poison to your lips and talk you out of falling. So that's the if, because you didn't fall possibly at that time. He might have stopped you before you did it. You had a brother with you to be a brother, to be a brother's keeper, to steer you off. But let's just say you got drunk and failed. Let's say you got weak and started smoking. You can go to that brother, or that brother can go to you and lift you back up, build up your spirit, help you gird up your loins, and pick you back up. Like, hey man, this is not what we do. We're not about to be out here sloppy drunk. You ain't about to be killing yourself, giving yourself cancer. And then he picks you up from that low state, out the dust. Now look at the wordplay at the latter part. It said, woe to him that is alone when he falleth. It didn't say if he falleth, there's nobody to help him up. It said when he falleth. What does that mean? The Bible doesn't say you're just going to walk throughout this life and not have any hardships. But guess what? If you don't have that brotherhood, that sisterhood that the Most High established in these scriptures, and you're by yourself, you've seen those commercials, help, I'm falling and I can't get up. The old white bitch on the ground, I can't get up. You know, that's going to be you. It's going to be you. And then lastly, I'm going to blow through this one. I ain't really going to do no big breakdown, but At your own time, your own leisure, look at Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Like, I mean, these 6 verses get deep, but those 2 right there, just dwell on that for a minute. Dwell on that. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump into this class. We're going to play some music in y'all a minute, and I'll be right back. Mic check, mic check. All right, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. We right back at it. So as you see this dope Lashawan Qadash board we got on the wall, shout out to Officer LeBon. We're gonna hit the alphabet. We got Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Pa, Ta, Qua, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Of course, at the top you have the ancient Hebrew, and at the bottom you have the Assyrian. Now we of course pronounce the Assyrian the same as we pronounce the ancient. Yes, this is the big ass sword, but is pronounced the same. When you look at the Bible app, and you will see it in the when we get on Blue Letter Bible, they might have different ways to pronunciate it, and that's because they bastardized our language. Hence the Assyrian Hebrew language. But this is the most common that you will see out script wise. Remember, we write and read from right to left, not left to right. And don't forget these endings, of course. These are the endings for the Assyrian. So when you see these particular words or characters, letters, that ka in Assyrian at the end of the word won't look like this. It's going to look like this. The ma at the end of a word is going to look like this and not like this. Don't think this ma is a sa, because it's at the end of the word and they kind of look alike. You know what I mean? Don't think this ka is a da or a ra, because they kind of look alike. You got to know. Again, with the pa and the taza. All of these are Assyrian endings, so watch out for those different variations. Give me a second to adjust the camera, and then we're going to keep going. All right, so last week we ended off going through the Lord's Prayer, kind of a refresher course. We have some new people in the school. We want them to know exactly when we face East and we go through these prayers, what are they saying? Now, it's a difference between knowing what it sounds like in Hebrew. So like you know what it sounds like in Hebrew, and to know what the Lord's Prayer is, but to actually know what you're saying when you say it is a lot different. So, of course, on the left-hand side, you have prepositions. Prepositions sit before the word. It's a preposition. I guess that's a good way to put it. But you have your I, which means I or I am. Ba, which is in. Da, which is do. Ha, which is the or the. Wa, which is in. Ya, which is he. Ka, which is like or as. La, which is to. Ma is of or from. Sha, which is that pertaining to, which, who. And tha is that future tense. Now, on the other side, on that far right side, you have the possessive adjectives. That gives possession. So, if you wanted to say my, you will put a ya at the end of that root word. So if you wanted to say, oh, that's my book, whatever the word for book is in Hebrew, which I know while I'm giving that example. Matter, we're gonna look that up. We're gonna look that up right now. What is book in Hebrew? But the point of that was, in Spanish, if you wanted to say book, that's libro or libra or something like that. But if you put a ka at the end of that, we're not about to use Spanish. Nah. Follow my first mind. Book in Hebrew, we're going to go to Genesis. This is the book, H5612. Yeesh. I feel like it's Sapara. That's the word. So at the end, if I pronounced it right, that is the word. But at the end of that, you will put a ya, and that will give you the possessive tense. Well, that's my book. So, of course, your is ka, or your or thy is ka. His is wa, her is ha, ours is nawa. Your masculine plural and feminine plural. That is interesting. Did I erase those or just not put those up there? How y'all let me do that from last week? Hey, y'all gotta help me out sometimes. All right. Shout out to young man Jay. Appreciate you stopping in. Shout out to Nazam Anna. Appreciate you stopping in. Shout out to Janika. That's with 2 C's, YouTube and Facebook. So don't crucify me. So we'll get those up there. Shaham and Yahan. Does anybody know what the I wreck my memory? Oh, yes. I know y'all got it. Took me a little minute. Salakia. The plural, masculine plural is calm. The feminine plural of your is khan. There is ham, and there for the feminine plural is han. So those are your endings, your suffixes, your possessive adjectives. So and when we were going through the Lord's Prayer, what we were finding out that is a really good example to see a lot of these in use and see how they operate. Also to be able to go through and understand the actual construction of the sentences, even when we do direct translations as we're doing. So if you're looking at the top, starting at Ratazayaka, well, technically, the only reason I started with the Ratazayaka, of course, is because I don't have the Hebrew characters written up there, but it would have been written this way. But it's better to understand when we're writing out in this way. It's a little bit easier just to present it this way. So, Ratazayaka, Ratazah, that root word gives you the understanding or means will. Ka is that possessive adjective that lets you know whose will, thy will. Haya simply means be. Aisha simply means done. Ba Aratazah. Aratazah, earth, but that ba is a preposition. If you can see that, it's a preposition, which means in. So you have Ba Aratazah, in earth. As it, Kawa, Haya, is or be, same thing. Ba Shemayim. Ba is that preposition in. Heaven is the Hebrew word for Shemayim, Salaki is the Hebrew word for heaven. And then Lathun Lanawa. So you have Nathan, which is the root word to give, La to Nawah us. So give to us lacham, which is bread, cow, all yawam day. So the understanding would have been give to us our daily bread. So if you don't have that, go ahead and get that down. And then we're going to erase that and get started on the next verses and finish that up. And then after we finish the Lord's Prayer, we're going to get 7 verses in the Hebrew. We're going to get 7 verses in the Hebrew. All right, so give you a second. I think I just lost my eraser, so 1 second. Shalom, Lord Christ. We right back at it. So what you have on the board is the next line. The next lines to the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. So if we started from the top, you have our Shabbat Shema, Qadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Faba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Bayarataza, Kowa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lachom, Cal, Yawom. And now we're at Wa Salat Lanawa. Wa Salat Lanawa. So, of course, what do you see? Immediately, you see that preposition, that Wa. Right there, that preposition. Salak, the root word for forgive, or the word for forgive is salak. We say sorry or my bad, we say salak ya. That ya at the end gives it that possession, my bad. I'm sorry, you know. Of course, that us, that Nawai is us. Then you have Ka Wabwat Nawa. Ka Wabwat Nawa. We say it slow, it might, you gotta kind of say it in a rhythm. Can't say it like Opie. Say it in a rhythm. Ka Wabwath Nawa. That means our debts. Our debts. So of course, you know that Nawa means our. The Kawawath is debts. But what you want to know, really, and actually the Wath is that plural. Wath is the plural for debts. So it's almost like that S. But writing it like this, our debts, is fine. Because that's what it means. But if you do that direct translation, you might get it like that. But the understanding is what it is. So then you have Ka Salak Nawa. Ka, you know, it's as alike as. Salak is forgive. And the Y is that we or our. So you have that understanding. So as we forgive, but just so you can see it line up, there you have it. Our debtors. So, you know, debts, that root word was kawab. The wops made it plural. The ya gives it that future tense almost of what we should do. So we should forgive our debtors, you know. And of course, the Y is our, so it's our debtors, debtors, however you pronounce it. I'm not an English major. And of course, wala'a, that wa, that preposition right there is and. La'a will give you that understanding of do not, don't. That understanding. And then you have tha Baya ayana. Thabaya nawa. Thabaya nawa. What does that mean? And do not lead us. Where do you not want him to lead us? Ba, which is that preposition in. Nasa yawan. Ba yasana wan. Ba nasa yawan. Into temptation. So that's what we're asking the Most High, not to lead us into temptation. Realistically, just move that to like that. Into temptation. That I don't want you to think that nah meant to. All right. We give you a minute to go ahead and get that down. And of course, we're going to finish it up and then get some reading done in that good old Hebrew. All right, Israel, we right back at it. Let's get it. So we have a ball, Hawashayan hour. Mayan, Ra, Kayala, Kahamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafa, Pa'arath, La'ai, Walumyum, Aman. So what is that saying? What is a ball? Hawashai, Nawa, we have deliver, of course, us, deliver us. Mayan simply means from. Ra, evil. And you know what? All you dusty Egyptologist and Kemet heads that always want to say Ra's in the Bible and this, and when y'all see something like that and it means evil, how come y'all don't jump out the window and say, yeah, that's talking about Ra? Y'all goofy. That's all I want. Just goofy. Kaya, which is for or because. Laka, thine. Or to you. And then Hamalakwath. You have Ha, which is the. Malak, which may be king or angel, something like that. But Malak Wath means king. Dumb. Waha'ala. Wa means and. Ha is right there. Another preposition, which means the. It's not a na. So Waha'ala, Allah means power. So and the power. Wahatha Pa'arath. Wahatha Pa'arath. Wahatha Pa'arath. Wahapatha Harath. And the glory. So you have and the glory. La'ai Walumyum. Forever. And of course, amen means so be it. All right, so don't be talking about my handwriting at the end. It got a little kindergartner. But you can read it. Don't hate. Don't act like you can't. So from the beginning, from the top, while you write that down, screenshot it, take a shot. You have the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Thaba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, by Arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lachum, Kal, Yawom, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kabwawath Nawa, Kasalak Lanawa, Kabwawath Yanawa, Wala'a, Babia Ayanawa, Baya Nawa, Banasanawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Ra Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahatha Aparath, Wahatha Pa'arath, La'ai Walumyum. Amen. So, of course, in the English that reads, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, so be it. All right. So with that being said, we're going to shoot over to this good old computer. And I believe last Sabbath, we left off at Genesis chapter 16 and the 10th verse. So we're going to be picking up at the 11th verse, and we're going to be reading to the 17th verse. Yeah, I just counted on my fingers, and I'm proud of it. All right. Let me add this to stage. Check and make sure the screen is sharing. All right, so we starting at the book of Genesis chapter 16 and verse 11, which reads, And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. So in the Hebrew that would read, and I'm going to try to have this pointer follow along, and we can break some of these words down as we go. So you have Waya Amar is dope because you can click on it, and said. Of course, that's La'ah unto Malak. Now notice this character right here that my cursor is going around. Malak. Remember, that's not a da. That's not a ra. That's a Malak. That's the ka in the Assyrian, but it has the alternate ending. So Malak, which means the angel, Yahweh, Ha, Na, and Ka again. So you have Hanak, Hara'ah, Haraha, Salakia, but this means thou, behold, or thou with child. Waya Ladath, and shall bear. And you see how they got that wa on the outside of it, giving you this indication that this is that root word, but that wa is that preposition, and we know that means and, right? I'm looking back at the board. Wa and, correct. Ban, a son. Wakrawa ath, and shall call. Shemwa, his name. Yep, they go that Y. See how they put that at the end. Of course, like in the before, it was separated in the beginning. So you have Shem, which gives you the understanding name. The Y is his. And that tells you right down there, it's a suffix. Third person, masculine, singular. That's dope. Let technology do some of the work. But you do got to double check, because sometimes these saltine steaks be trying to mislead us. So they might change the app and make, anyway. So you have your Wa, your Sha, your Ma. Your I, your Ah, and your La. So I'm thinking about how I want to try to pronunciate this. So you have your Ya, Shema'il, and that's Ishmael. So that might be our next class. We're gonna go over them names, the names of the 12 tribes and them other nations. And then you have Kaya, which means because. Shemai, you have Shem, and then the I hath heard. Who have heard? Yahweh. That's this word right there. Al, which is a preposition. You have the ah and the la. Scroll down. Where am I at? And then this last word you have is Aina Yaka. Which means thy affliction. Yeesh. So what I wanted to point out before is, so you see these two different, and then you see down here where you see the SAMA or YEHOVA. There's no E's, there's no V's, so there's no O's in the ancient language and the ancient alphabet. So this is a more modern, this is how they would pronounce this. So that's why earlier I said when we see the characters, we just go off the translation and pronounce it based off of how the ancient was pronounced, even though the Assyrian they might try to pronounce it differently. It's not Yehovah, it's Yahweh. And that's something that is very it's very interesting how most people argue about the authenticity of the language or how old one is. And any linguage scholar would tell you ancient languages didn't have modern vowels, certain letters or consonants. So we know this is something that came later. But that has nothing to do with the translation or the argument of a translation, though. So don't get stuck on that. Like the pronunciation of this, like you see how they try to pronounce it Yishmael, and there's no Y. The YIS is, there's no sound of that. Because that Sa, the S will be a Sa, the I would simply be a I, and that Y would be Ya. So we just got to be mindful when we go through, but this is a good app sometimes that will point you in the direction of how to pronounce something. They get it close.
Page 3458. Yishmael.
So sometimes you can get some guidance from it on how to pronounce words, but if you don't know how to pronounce something, of course, go to your Hebrew teacher. And if your Hebrew teacher is me, I'm gonna go to my Hebrew teacher. All right. So let's bang out the rest of these verses. I'm gonna pull them up on here, but I'm gonna be reading from the actual ancient, because that's what we read through during service. And it's a good practice for those who want to, I guess, get a little bit better. Wahawa'a, Yaha, Para'a, Adam, Yadawa, Bakal, Wayada, or Wayad, I'll try to follow along, reading from both. Cal, Bawa, Wa'al, Panya, Cal, Akaya, Salakia, Aka, Yawa, Yesha, Khan, or Yeshakna. Let's see what that last word is.
Strong's H7931. Shafan. And second entry, Shafane.
Well, there you have it. So that's verse 12, and that reads Genesis 16 and 12, and he will be a wild man, and his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. That's deep. So all you people who want to talk about the authenticity of the Bible, you do a good study on who this is talking about and tell me if this is not accurate to this day. And I'll give you guys some time. You find that out. Who is this man talking about to this day? And is it true to this day? Because it was written about them back in Genesis 16, my ninja. And in 2024 of August, guess what? Is that correct? And if you say yes, all right, man. Oh, taste and see. Oh, taste and see. So let's get verse 13. All right, so this is Genesis chapter 16, verse 13. Watha Kwara'a Shum Yahweh Hadabara Ali Aliyah Atha Al Ra'aya Kaya Amara Hagum Halam Ra'a Yathya Akaraya Ra'aya. That's dope. All right, so going through it, you have, and she called the name of the Lord that spake unto her, thou, God, seest me, for she said also, here have I looked after him that seeth me. I know I move kind of fast on that. Let me be mindful of the time. I'll blow through the rest of these 2 verses. Well, I'm gonna go to the end of the chapter. We're gonna wrap it like that. All right, that was 13. So here's 14. Al, that's that part that you have. Khan, Quara'a, Laba'ara, Ba'ara, Laka, Lakaya, Ra'aya, Hanaha, Bayan, Qadash, Wabayan, Barada. So wherefore the well was called Bear Laheru. Behold, it is between Qadash and Bered. So those 2 are locations. Let's move on to this next verse. Who we got? 15 and 16 left. Let's get it. Wathalad, Hagarah, Salakia, Hagar, La Abarum, Bun, Wayakwara'a, Abarum, Shum, Bunwa, Ashar, Yalad Ha, Hagar, Yashum, Yashama, Yashma'al. Verse 16. Oh, let me get that in English. And Hagar and bear Hagar. So that's that example of how some things could be, if you go literal translation, it might sound off, but and bear Hagar and Hagar bear Adam a son, Abram a son, and called Abram name of his son, which Hagar bare Ishmael. So, and Hagar bare Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, which Hagar bare Ishmael. All right, let's get this last verse. And this is Genesis 16 and 16. Wa Abaram bun Shum Nayum Shana Wa Shasha Shunyum Baladath Hagar Ath Yashma'al La Abarum, which reads, and Abram old 80, and Abraham was 86 years old, when Hagar bare Ishmael to Abram. All right. So that's up through verse 16. So that's some of the we're going to be covering tomorrow in tomorrow's Sabbath service. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, I'm going to work on my pronunciations. I'm going to get it together. And while I'm working on my pronunciations, guess what would be dope too? If you did it the same. So we both can be busting out this heat. Like blocker, blocker, blocker. That being said, we're going to go ahead and close out. We're going to hit these security announcements real quick. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. New rule, new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are to be saluted only. Salakia, they are off limits. For 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandments, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, my Asherah, 10th of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of the Memorial Blowing of the Trumpet, so make sure you're at that, and that will be Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 2024. Scriptures that you can find that in 23, chapter 23, verse 24 and 25. If there's anyone that wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, hand, pants, and scarf. With that being said, may the Israel Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, Yajamata, dismissed.